Well, imagine having to enter a $100 lottery in order to keep doing your job. That's the predicament some taxi drivers are facing. And of course, they're not happy about it. With more on this, let's go to George Busios. He is the president of Taxi Champlain and also the spokesperson for Taxi de Grand Montréal. George, good morning.
Good morning, Lai. Thanks for having me on.
Listen, you're going to have to sort of fill in some blanks for me because I knew that there was some sort of process for taxi drivers to be able to pick up passengers at the airport, but I wasn't sure of all the details. And now this year, there's been some changes, and I imagine taxi drivers are not happy.
Well, the biggest change is that now when you apply, you have to pay $100 just to make the application. So the price used to be around $25, and now online it's $100. So I think that's the reason that everybody's upset.
And who runs this? It's the airport itself that runs this?
It's the ADM.
ADM, okay.
Yeah.
And so what's their justification for increasing the entry fee for this lottery by 300%?
There is no justification. They know they take advantage of the fact that many drivers, many owners want to go work at the airport. Mm-hmm. We say we make more money at the airport, but the truth of the matter is that we just put more hours in working throughout the day, and that's why we make more money. Because it's a lot easier to put 16, 17 hours at the airport than it is in the city with the traffic and the congestion and the detours. So you go back to the airport, you take about an hour break, an hour and a half break, and you can work again. So that's why we make more money, because we put more hours. But if you break it down hourly, it probably is even less than what they do in the city. So they know that. They know that everybody will, a lot of people want to apply, so they just use that, and they can do whatever they want, basically.
And it's still, if you're going airport to downtown, it's flat rate. So even if there's traffic and you're stuck in traffic for an hour, the drivers aren't making more money.
No, actually, during rush hour, a lot of drivers don't want to go downtown because it will take them at least 3 hours to go and come back. So they'd rather go to the West Island. They'd rather go just around the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay. So you pay this $100 entry fee, or this fee, in order to be considered in this draw, and then you get it. Let's say you get it, right? How many people are actually getting that privilege?
375.
375, and how many people do you think are applying?
There'll probably be over 3,000.
Wow. Okay. So this, at the end of the day, this is, these are taxi drivers that are still looking for any business they can get, and they really want this.
Yes, of course.
Okay. To me, it seems odd because when I have gone to when I go to the airport, I come back to Montreal and I need to get a taxi or an Uber. Ubers, they have their own zone now at the airport. Do they also face these restrictions?
I'll tell you what, I don't want to make it into an Uber or a taxi. Yeah. I just want to show how they manipulate the taxi industry. We need to make an application. They don't. We need to pay $100. They don't. We need to have a 4-year-old car that is going to that has to apply. You have to have a 4-year-old car. They don't. Ours has to be environmentally friendly, green car, hybrid or electric. They don't. We have to have the Bonjour on it. They don't. I can go on and on and on. I don't want to make this an argument about Uber and taxi, but these are the reasons the taxi industry has been complaining, fighting, and saying the injustice of how two same type of business working at the same place, whether it's a city or the airport, and having different rules, different regulations, and different expenses. We have to go and show them our mechanical inspection and do a visual inspection. They don't. It's just not fair for the taxi industry.
So in order to get one of these permits, you mentioned green hybrid, a green car.
They have everything has to be hybrid except vans, because they do need vans. There's not that many hybrid vans around. Yeah. So I'm just off the top of my head, 250 green cars and 125 vans, more or less. But they have to be green. They have to be either hybrid or electric, and they have to have l'image de marque, the Bonjour on it.
And at the end of the day, people are still applying, right? So at the end of the day, it's still worth it at a certain point.
Yes, well, it's worth it, like I said, because it's a lot easier. We all know it. People take cabs at 10 o'clock at night, and they complain about the driver being tired. He's been there from 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the city. There you can go and take a rest, take a break, so you can put those hours in. Again, like I said, hourly, if you do it at the end of the night, you're probably coming out the same or less. But the fact is that you're working more hours and making more money.
Now, what's the latest, George? Like, what's happened? In light of the modernization, quote unquote, of of the laws in Quebec when it comes to these Ubers and new rideshare services. What's the current state of the taxi industry?
Well, it's quiet now. I think it's going to restart August 27th. It doesn't look good for the taxi industry. He's going to go ahead with basically expropriating our permits without even giving compensation to maybe 40% of the industry. He's going to open up the market. Uber's pilot project is coming to an end around that time. I think at that time, Lyft will be coming in as well. And
what do you say that based on any knowledge, or are you just spitballing here?
It's a fact.
So
it's a fact.
You've heard that Lyft is coming in the fall.
Yeah, once this pilot project is when the Liberals, I'm pretty sure that when the Liberals put the pilot project, it was only for Uber and no one else can come in. But now when this is the final year of the pilot project, any car sharing company will come. And as a matter of fact, today I was reading something on Twitter. The New York Democrats are trying to figure out how to cap them. I've been saying it since day one. It's a mess everywhere, and we are just doing the opposite thing here. He has a chance to see what's going on elsewhere with congestion and the environment, and he's blind to it. He doesn't even want to hear a word of what's going to happen down the road if he opens up the market. All we're saying, you want to take away the permits, take away the permits. Compensate the people, though. But put a cap, put a quota. He has no plan on doing that. The streets will be congested with cars doing this part-time, full-time, and just causing...
Well, I listen, I think a vehicle's a vehicle, but I will admit that, when I'm driving now, the number of times I see that in the corner, that little in the back window, that Uber logo, boy, it seems like it's all over the place, and I am wondering like just how many cars are actually on the road. You say it's quite.
Those are the ones that you see with the stickers. There are other ones that don't have stickers. Yeah, you need to understand that too. There's other ones that don't have the sticker, and that's just the beginning, Elias.
Let me ask you this: you say it's quiet now. Are you making a reference
to? The National Assembly is taking their break, and then
but does that mean come the fall, there's going to be protests? We should be ready for taxi protests and taxis in the street protesting.
I'll be very honest with you. We have to. We have to. But he's divided the industry. He's done a very, very good job in dividing the industry because he's giving compensation to some and he's not giving compensation to the others. And if we are not united, and if the taxi drivers and owners are listening, if we are not united, the only people that will get their compensation will be the banks because he's only going to give compensation to people that have bought it recently. And the ones that have bought it recently are the ones that have a debt. So you're going to get your money and you're going to give it straight to the bank and you're not going to have a job afterwards. So this is what he's done. He's done it very well, but we're going to meet in the next couple of weeks to discuss the next step. But we need to put pressure on him because every time we do put pressure, we do get something back. So if he sees that there's no pressure, he's not going to make a move.
And George, just 30 seconds here. Any developments on your end on the technology side, getting all the taxis together in the one app? And listen, I did a search on the App Store for Taxi Montreal, and you get bombarded with 18 million different results instead of like one app to really compete against Uber.
I'll tell you what, we have it, we still have it, but we are divided. I'm not going to lie, we are divided. He has divided us, and our focus right now is trying to save our permit. And unfortunately, it's taken. Because I do have customers that have Googled when they heard me on your radio show about a few months ago. I had a lady that actually emailed me and said, I heard you on Elias. I did my research because I do remember I didn't give the name of the app. And she did her research, she found it, and she started using it, and she liked it. But the fact is that we haven't, we're not focused on that right now because we have other issues, I guess, saving our business.
George, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Elias.
George Bussios is the spokesperson for Taxi de Grand Montréal, also the president of Taxi Champlain.